So we are on, and today, in celebration of the holiday tomorrow, I'm planning to do a whole roller session with you all. So we can start with the leg plays down the mats. So we'll be on our backs to open up our chest. So if you want to use hand weights, that's great. If you want to use a ball between your thighs, that also helps engage your inner thighs and helps you stabilize on the roller. So any of those options are useful if that's your choice. And here we go. We'll start. You're sitting at the very end of the roller, laying yourself down so that both your skull and your tail are supported. Feet about 4 to 5 inches apart in line with your hip sockets, and the feet a little bit in front of your knees. So you just have a nice, easy angle at the knee joint. Open the arms out to the side, back of the hands to the ground, palms up, and just press your hands lightly into the floor. Hold them in position as you slide your body side to side. The shoulder blade and the hip on one side sink around the curve of the roller. You feel that stretch in the opposite chest in your pecs, and then we slide across the opposite side. So picture your body here in a semicircle, like a saddle draped over a horse, and let the saddle slide a little bit to one side, and then a little bit to the other side. Coming back to center, and just keep going here. Enjoy the massage between your shoulder blades, the massage at the back of your skull, right across your sacrum. And also being aware, so that your feet start waking up here, of the shift in weight in your feet from the right to the left. And then of course back again. You reach the arms longer as you start to move up a little bit across your chest. If the hands slide a little bit, that's fine too, but just try to reach in opposition with your arms as you move away from each hand. And then we're coming back to center. Think of your feet sinking softly into the ground like they're sinking into sand. And now we curve the arms up. Here's a hug, here's an embrace. Lift the arms up, the shoulder blades melt towards the ground. They widen away from your spine. And then as you exhale, pull the arms open slowly. Keep exhaling out into the space above you until the hands touch the ground, or go as low as they can comfortably. So inhale to lift up. You gather the air in above your chest, above your heart, and then exhale, pull this open. Feel the blades knit together behind you, underneath you, around your roller. And then as you come up, the blades are going to slide sideways apart from each other, away from the spine. But still think of gravity pulling them to the floor so there's not like a shoulder blade protraction. And then release the arms, open and down. You go slowly enough that you have to resist gravity's pull, just enough to feel that release, that work down, and then coming up, again, slowly enough that you feel that you're working to not use momentum to lift, but you actually feel the tug and pull of your muscles working to pick up the arms. Exhale completely as you open again. Stretch the chest wide, and then inhale, coming up at the arms, and now we'll leave them pointing up to the ceiling. Straighten the arms here, arms apart, a little wider than the width of your ribs. And then inhale, slide the hands up high, lifting the shoulder blades away from the roller. And exhale, pull the blades down, hugging the roller between those shoulder blades. And inhale, lift. So you shrug the shoulders up. You feel that tug across the back of your neck, the upper back, and then exhale. The blades melt down, and the chest will widen here. A little lift, going up high, and exhale, and sink down slowly. Enjoy the process, not just the feeling at the end. And now rise again. Shoulders lift. Try to touch the ceiling with your hands. And still reach for the sky as you pull the blades down, widen the chest. One more of these. Widen the arms up. And then exhale, sinking them down slowly. Not a lot of force at the end. Just find the place where the shoulders want to rest. And then turn the palms forward as you inhale. And exhale, glide the arms down at your side. Reach long to the fingertips, and inhale, we lift the arms up, weight in the shoulders. Exhale, take the arms back towards the ears. Try not to have an additional arch in the spine with the weight here behind you. Bring the arms forward, and exhale, glide the arms down. So what really that means is as you lift the arms, you just feel the shoulder blades drop. They sink to the floor, and then as you exhale, the blades will slide towards your waist, and you engage the abdominal wall to prevent additional arching in that lumbar spine, the mid-back, the low back, and then bring the arms forward and exhale all the way down and low. So as we do this, you can picture your collarbone spinning backwards around the axis, take the arms all the way down as far as you can go and enjoy the stretch and still feel the stability of your spinal curves. And then bring the arms forward and exhale all the way forward and down. Press the air out of your lungs with this movement of your arms. Now, of course, you could go up and then take the arms all the way back into a little bit of an upper back extension, and that can feel great. And it's a choice, right? We just tend to, in Pilates, think about maintaining the neutral curves of our spine and then working the limbs as weights away from that and then back towards it. So here, let's bring your hands to your shoulders, pull the elbows into your waistline, and we circle it. Inhale up with the elbows, exhale out wide, around, down, and in. So a full breath, an inhale and an exhale to circle the arms. Here they move in mirror images of each other. Your arms glide up, and you have a rotation happening with the upper arm on the surface of the shoulder joint. Lift up, and then you fan the elbows out. And then as you come around the curve, you kind of lower the inside of the arm towards the floor and then come up in more neutral position. So just see if you can find the rotation here. They call this circumduction. When you move the uterus, the upper arm bone, rotating it on the surface while you circle the arms in space. Let's reverse. So go down, go out, go wide, forward and around. And you can also choose here to really shrug the shoulders up and down to a little bit more mobility into the back, a little bit more stretch into the chest and the upper back. It could be a different choice to hold the scapula still and move the armpits just on the surface without moving the shoulder blades. Spiral here again. Your spins on the joint as you circle the elbows. One more, reverse short inhale, and then a longer exhale. Relax the nervous system to calm it down. And then we'll extend the arms forward, lengthen out to the fingertips. So the arms rise up in unison, go all the way back towards your ears as far as you want to go, and then circle wide, exhale all the way around. Bring the hands at your side, then turn the palms down. Now, if you find this is aggravating for the shoulders, you could go back to the mid arms, hands to the shoulders. Or you could even just bend the elbows a little bit. So say you take them back straight, but then bend the elbows so there's less load away from center as you circle the arms forward and around. Do one more, however you want to do this. Reach back. Elbows is steady here, balanced on your rollers, circle wide and around. And now let's reverse. So palms up to circle out wide. You're really tracing the arc of your wingspan. Bring the hands back, exhale, push the air down. Pump the air out of your lungs, and then the palms are up to circle and reach again. Picturing like shooting out of your fingertips to illuminate the room, different parts of it as you move through space. Reaching out and back. Exhale, begin with the breath, and press the air forward and down. We'll do one last one here. You want this to feel amazing in your body so that you can enjoy it while you're stretching. And now we'll take the hands together for diamond arms. So the hands create like a little diamond shape here with the thumbs together and then the index fingers together. And you have the arms up over your chest. Inhale to swing them back towards your ears. Frame your face with that diamond shape of your arms. And then exhale, swing the arms here from the collarbone to let the hands float over the low belly. And going all the way back, it's a light pressure from the hands to the index finger, maybe the middle finger as well, from up that inside line of your arms while you're moving. And then you take it back, inhale back. Again, the abdominal wall engages, you're not additionally arching the spine, and then exhale all the way forward here. Breathe out completely, just one more set. Inhale to take it back. Elbows square open. Exhale, bring it forward, all the way forward and down, and then lengthen the arms at your side. Just rock a little bit. And then we're going to come back to center and do a little stretch for the neck. So turn your head to the right, And then let the top of your head fall down, your chin drops in slightly towards your chest. Let the head drape to the ground, and you're pressing down through your left shoulder blade, down through the left arm to increase the diagonal stretch of your neck. And then slide the head up to the top of the roller, and then look to the ceiling, and then to the left. Rotate the head as you look to the left wall, tuck your chin down a little bit, and then slide the head down towards the floor. It's like it's a sled going down a snowy hill. And then pull the skull up, and then center at the top. We'll just do one more set of this. Side to the side, drape the head downhill, coming back up, and center, and then to the left. Turn to the left with your gaze. Let the head downhill, the right shoulder blade sinks deeply around the curve of the roller here. So let's stretch diagonally from your shoulder into your neck, and then come up and bring the gaze back to center. So now we'll do a little bit of knee folds here. So imagine that your feet are really deepening their connection into the ground. They're sinking a little deeper, like that sand actually was quicksand. And then also picture a wall, a narrow wall between your legs, made out of something smooth like glass block. And as you inhale, put extra weight in your right hip, and then pick the right knee up, hold it in the same plane of movement, and then exhale, lower it down. Take your time. You want to control it from your hip flexor, your psoas muscle, and not just drop it mindlessly onto the ground. And now you're spreading your right foot into the floor, put some weight in the left glute, the left hip, and then you pick the left knee up, and exhale, lower it down. The whole time picturing both legs hugging the invisible wall between the legs. So as you pick up the right leg, the inner edge of the leg and the foot slide along that outer wall, and then exhale, keep skimming the wall on the way down. And the left leg, of course, is still embracing the wall from the other side. The whole foot falls into the floor, broadens, sinks, and the left leg is coming up. But to really be sure for this series, it's important to spread your feet and have equal weight on the heel, the ball of the foot, and equal weight on the inside and outside of each foot. Because if your foot starts to rock, if your ankle starts to turn, you're going to have a much harder time when we add more difficult variations to this. This is a challenge, just continue here. But otherwise, we're going to lift the right knee and the left arm up simultaneously. Just take the knee and the fingertips to the ceiling, and then exhale, lower everything down. Try to get the palm of the hand and the sole of the foot to the ground simultaneously. And then the left knee lifts, the right arm lifts. And exhale, when we slow down, use the full breath to take this ride. Now, if it's too easy for you to do this with your forearm and your palm and your fingertips pressing into the floor, you're welcome to have a little less connection to the ground by sliding the elbows forward and just having the palm and the fingers press into the ground. Or you can even go just to your fingertips while you look here. But we're still now working opposite arm and leg. And exhale to lower. If you don't use your inner thighs to keep the knees steady on that standing leg, you'll find this much more difficult to find your balance. So right knee, left arm. Now here, pause, and then extend the foot up to the ceiling and the arm back by your ear. Lift the arm to the ceiling, bend the knee into tabletop, and exhale, lower everything down simultaneously. And we go to the other side. So you pick up the left knee and the right arm to 90 degrees. Exhale, take the arm back by your ear, extend the leg up. Oh, we haven't really stretched the hamstrings yet, so you may feel that. Lift the arm, bend at the knee. Exhale, bring everything down. Come to the ground. Your choice on the hand and arm position. So right knee up, left arm up. Exhale, extend the leg, reach the arm back. Shoulder blades are hugging the roller underneath you. Bend the knee, lift the hand. Exhale, everything down. It's also really useful to have a focal point with the eyes. Just keep the gaze soft and calm. but that gaze will act like another muscle holding you in position on your roller. And everything lowers. Okay, good. So here, lift the heels up. You're on your tippy toes, and we'll pick the right knee up. And then as we lower the knee down, the left knee lifts. Some point with the foot, not so much of a pointed foot that the calf will cramp or the foot will cramp. Alternating here. If you want more work, just go to your fingertips. You'll definitely feel this in your core as we increase the load away from center with both legs off the ground at certain points in movement. We'll enter the left foot down and then bring the right foot down to meet it. Arms down at your side, press the forearms and the palms and the fingers into the ground. Pick up your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, bring the left one to meet it. Okay, press the legs together. And then we're going to pick up the left hand, take it across to the outside of the right leg. Bring the arm back and lower it down. Find your balance here. And then the right arm lifts. Bring it across to the outside of the left leg. Lift the arm and then bring it back down to your side. And again. So lift arm up, take it across the body. Bring it up again and lower it down. Just one more. Lift the right arm, take it over to the left. Bring the arm up in the air and then down to the floor. That one is hard. Good job, right? And then take it all the way down. But it's great for our bodies to practice balance. I mean, and understanding that balance isn't just like being frozen in space where nothing moves, but being able to accept some mobility and then keep coming back to center. That's really how you want to think about your balance skills and how you accept a little bit of, unbalance in your balance practice. So now let's go ahead and slide off of the roller. And then we'll take it aside, lay on your back for just a second, and feel the difference in your back. Now, if your hips are tight, you may want to have your knees bent, because if the hips are tight, the back will be arched too much. Also, if you're tight in your chest, you might need a little bit of a pad under your head, because then you'll be too much in the upper back extension. But just notice where you're now more connected to the ground compared to where you were when you started. In any case, now we're going to take the roller across underneath our legs. And then bridge up, lifting the hips and pulling the roller across your sacrum, that big triangular bone near the base of your spine. And we'll inhale to pick both legs up. And let's cross the left thigh over the right one. And then go ahead here, tip the knees over to the right and turn the hips to the left. You're holding the roller and sort of pulling it towards you, because it's going to want to slide forward away from you as you find this deep rotation through your spine. Exhale, pull your right hip up to come back to center. And then keep lifting the right hip bone up and across the body to bring your knees over to the left as you turn your hip to the right. Right shoulder blade, right upper arm pressed into the ground. Feel that diagonal stretch in your back, in your glutes, and then exhale, pick up the left hip to come back to center and keep lifting the left hip bone up and across the body to massage into that right glute. Look away. See how much twist you can find without lifting the left shoulder blade off of the ground. Exhale, use your core, use your breath, pick up that right hip, bring the legs, they swing back and over to the left. Your head turns slowly in the opposite direction. Right shoulder blade pressing into the floor here. Stay grounded. The arms stay engaged too. And then exhale back to center. And here we'll uncross the legs and recross them. And just continue. You can go over to the right. Roll across the glutes. Look away. Eventually, we'd like to think about the chest being parallel to the ceiling and the hips being parallel to the walls. Exhale, coming back. But that, can take some time to build that flexibility in your body. And it might not work for everybody, right? But we're just trying to build in more flexibility than you had when you started. Inhale over here to the right of the leg. So you're getting that spiral at the lower part of the spine and the upper part of the spine simultaneously. Press down with your arms, pull back as you pick up the right hip to bring the legs through center and over to the left. Rolling your skull across the back wall, so maybe a little massage there into some of the tight tissue in the back of the skull. Pull back to center here. Let's do one more set. So taking the knees over to the right of the leg. And you can really use that right leg to pull the left hip a little longer away from your waistline. And exhale, come back to center. And one more time over to the left. And hopefully you felt this like deep tissue massage across the glutes. They're often surprisingly tight, and particularly around the SI joints, the edges of the sacrum. So uncross the legs, lift both, actually let's take both feet down, lift your hips, and then adjust the roller if you need it. And then pull the knees in again, extend the legs up to the ceiling, self point with your feet, and into your scissor split. So bring the right leg back and the left leg forward. And then let's inhale to switch the legs. And exhale to switch again. Now if your hamstrings are tight, you may want to bend the knee as you lift it up to the ceiling and back over your chest. And then straighten it as you reach it up in the sky, draw that arc in the air, and lengthen the leg as far as you can as you lower the leg forward. And then we switch again, the legs just skim past each other. They're probably about 4 inches apart at the point when they pass in midair. And sweep them past each other again. Breathe as you go. It's an inhale for one direction. And then a nice slow exhale in the other direction here. Now both legs will come up to the ceiling. And we externally rotate them, heels together, chest apart, and then pull the legs apart sideways. Inhale there, exhale, and pull from the upper inner thighs and the pelvic diamond to close the heels, to close the thighs. So we open again, maybe drawing an arc like a rainbow here across the room at the path of your feet. Exhale and lift up. You still are having the arms slightly engaged to hold the roller steady. Legs open here, sideways split. And exhale on that. Leave the left leg up, the right leg goes out to the side. Hold yourself steady across the pelvis by putting more weight in the left arm and the left hip. And then exhale, drag that leg up. Take your time. Come to the top, and now the left leg is out. Maintain that right hip steady on the roller as you reach out long with the left leg. And exhale, pull the leg up a little bit at a time. Smooth arc through the air, and again to the right. Open sideways. Switch it apart. Exhale, pull it back up to center. And now for the left. It helps to press down into the right arm as the leg moves to the left side. Exhale, pull everything together. Legs come to the top. That's good. And now bend your knees. Lower the feet down. Adjust the roller if you need to. You want to just rotate it around a certain axis. So you're on a fresh spot on the roller. That can feel really good. And now one-legged bicycle. So we pull the right knee into the chest, extend the leg up and back over the shoulder, soft point to the foot as you push the leg out and down and away. When the heel taps, slide that leg back in. Bring the heel as close to your butt as you can. Pull the knee into your chest, extend the leg up, and exhale all the way out and down again. Draw that arc in the air directly out of the socket. Pull it in. Knee to chest. Lift the leg up and back, and reach out. Exhale all the way down. Let's do one more. And stretch it down. So my left hamstring just cramped. little dehydrated. So stretching it out, but we'll continue one more time here with that right leg. All the way forward and down. Then tap the mat, we're going to reverse. So you lift the right foot up high to the ceiling, bend the knee, pull the knee into your chest, lower the foot down, and then skate it out, send it forward. Exhale to lift it. Bend here, lower the foot, press it away, glide it forward. You get to feel like an openness in your hip. Lift the leg up, hold it in, and lower the foot down. Stretch out one more time. Exhale before you pick it up, and inhale to bend and lower the foot next to the other one. So now we'll start with the left leg. Pull the left knee in, extend leg up, stretch it, and then reach it out and down. Now don't let your right foot roll out. Keep the inner line of the foot engaged into the ground so you still feel that hamstring, the inner thigh engagement on your standing leg. We slide the foot in, you pick it up, you reach it high and stretch the hamstring, and then all the way down on the exhale. We use the exhale to protect the body at the point of greatest exertion, or the most danger to the back, right? So that exhale kind of knits the muscles in around your low back. Let's pull that in again. Extend it up and then float it away. Now tap the heel down, we're going to reverse. So take an inhale to stretch and an exhale to lift. Hold the knee to your chest. Heel towards the butt, lower the toes. Skate the leg forward. Full stretch. Exhale up. Inhale. All the way out and down. Exhale to lift it. One more. Hold it in. Lower it down. And then here, let's just stretch the right leg forward. We're doing so as it's stretch and also a shoulder stretch. And that feels good to you, take the right arm back. And just lay here in this arc over your roller. Back of the hand to the ground. If your chest is tight, the arm can go a little bit more out to the side laterally. And just breathe, think of every inhale allowing the body to lengthen away from your hip bone crest here. And every exhale allowing the back of the body to melt and sink towards the floor. Breathing in and exhale completely. One more like that. Slow breath out, empty your lungs as much as you can. And now we'll bring the right hand back, slide the right leg back in, and extend the left leg forward. If it won't straighten completely, because this is like about 6 inches high, your rollers. So you can always have the knee a little bit bent. But if you feel that that's great, take the left arm back. And then just focus here on the breath moving in and out of your body as your body relaxes here in the stretch across the top of the roller. Highest point here would be the hip bone crest on the left side. This is such an important stretch for us, considering how much sitting we all tend to do during the course of a day. And then if that feels good and you want a little bit more, you can extend the right leg forward and then the right arm back also. So now you have both legs in hip extension and both arms up and back. Also an extension here at your shoulders. And again, if it's too much, bend the knees, or it's also possible that the roller's in a slightly wrong place. You can always adjust that if that's what you think you need. Or sometimes you just need to just do one leg at a time until you can open up everything enough so you can take both legs forward and both arms back. Anyway, slide your feet back in. And here, let's lift the hips up. Lower the spine. and pull the roller out towards underneath you. And we're gonna come up sitting and then take the roller across under the tip of the shoulder blades for some flexion extension here of the upper back, the upper body. Wasn't that good? Did you guys enjoy it? So
It's so great.
it is so great. Thank you for saying that. All right, so coming up sort of in an upper arm curl. You can even curl the tail up and press the waistline down and pull the elbows a little forward and in. So you feel that stretch in the back of your neck, in your low back with the pelvic tuck. And then go ahead, you lower the tail, you lean back over the roller. Your head is supported by your hand, the thumbs at the base of the occipital ridge. Your fingertips around the curve of the skull and lay back. As you go back, it falls into your arms and the elbows open wide to stretch your chest. Exhale, tip your chin to the chest first, then pull forward from the abdominal line, jaw to tailbone, curves the body into a C curve. The elbows narrow in a little bit, embrace the chest with the inside of your arms. And then we'll inhale to go back. You're changing your weight on your sacrum as you increase the arch in your spine. Go all the way back into extension, elbows fall open, head hangs back, as long as you're okay with that. Great. And then chin to chest, round your upper back here into flexion. The chest narrows and the back widens as you come forward in flexion like so. And then we inhale to take it back again. Arch back, stretch the front line, jaw to tail. Look behind you. And then exhale, come forward. Look down in at your navel as the tail rises. The low back rounds deeper. One more time, arch back. And I know sometimes, particularly people who love to move will often want to close their eyes so they can feel more of their kinesthetic sense. They can really focus on the feeling in their body. But it's also good when you do your exercises to keep your eyes soft and open so that your gaze tracks in different directions. They'll really help you feel more oriented in space, but also help you move the eyes and work some of the muscles in your face. Forward, exhale, all the way forward and in. All right, and now we will just keep the hips grounded and rotate to the right. Twist. Exhale back to center and then rotate to the left. So pick up your right shoulder blade, press down through the right heel and the right hip bone. Come back to center. And again to the right. Yes, good. One more set like this. Ready? When you get to the outer edge of your blade, you're right on the edge of your lat, which is the dorsi muscle. And that can be a little tender if you're a little too sedentary here, or if you're just a little tense, for whatever reason. And let's support your head again. Bring your feet maybe a little closer in, and then lift your hips up in the air. So we're going to push and pull. So you go along the length of the spine. So go to the top of the shoulders, but not the neck, and then push back to go down to the base of your rib cage. And then your knees glide forward. You can lift the hips and drop the head. And then move into flexion of the spine as you push away from your feet. One more like that. Spine goes into extension, and then into flexion. And then lower the hips on down. Okay. From here, come on up to sitting. And we'll go onto our side for a little full body rotation. So with this one, you're going to drape your armpit over the roller. The roller's on a little angle here. So you want to have most of the roller behind you. So when I lay down, or when you lay down, the armpit hugs right over the roller here. The knees will be bent and stacked, so the heels are in line with your tail. And you'll take both hands here to the base of your skull. So the roller's a little higher by the chest and lower towards your tailbone. And you want maybe about 2/3 of the roller behind you, so that when you roll back, you have support there for your upper body. So first, look down, chin to chest, and then hug the top arm around your roller. And then bring your gaze forward across the floor, up the wall, across the ceiling, and you roll back across one shoulder blade to the other one. You might have to pick up the bottom elbow, in my case it was the right one, to really go all the way back with the left shoulder blade, and then try to drape your body back in extension as well as rotation. And then come forward. So the bottom leg stays pressed to the ground the whole time. Here, you don't want to move your hands or your head yet. You want to start by pulling your bottom knee forward, then your hip, then work up your spine from the tail all the way around, ending, hugging the roller and looking down an inch and towards your chest. And then we take it back again. You start with the eyes, just start moving the head and then the neck. And then you're working through the thoracic spine, the part where the ribs are. Start open the chest by dropping the elbows down as much as you can and hang your head back. Feel that extension if it feels good for you, otherwise limit it. And now again, top knee goes forward to move the hip forward and start the rotation through the low back. Work up your body, exhale to pull the rib cage around and down, and hug the roller with your arms. We'll do one more like this. Gaze forward. If it's too tender under the armpit, you can always add an extra towel, another layer of fabric, or even like your yoga mat, or your Pilates mat, between you and the roller, and then come forward, knee, hip, all the way forward, around and down. The eventual goal here would be to keep the legs stacked completely the whole time as you get more rotation through your spine. All right, so let's come on up and we'll do the other side. Just take a moment for the difference of the two sides. Yeah, it's lovely to get that massage into that upper back and rib cage. You can really feel, because most of our lung capacity is like low in the back of the rib cage. So you really feel that open up, and so your breathing just deepens, which is a nice benefit to this, as well as the spinal mobility. All right, so again, the roller's tipped high by your head, lower by your tailbone. You can support your head on your hand. Feet are stacked too. Elbows be up in the, one elbow up in the air. And then let's pull the elbow down as you hug the roller. Maybe forehead to the roller. And start the movement of your gaze across the room, up to the ceiling, track across the sky. Look behind you and let the head fall back. Extension plus rotation. And now press your bottom knee into the ground. Pull the top knee forward, stack the legs if they've come unstacked, and then come all the way around up your spine, and then dive in to hug the roller beneath you. If you really pull that top elbow down and in, you're going to feel the stretch between your scapula. And then that's great because we also are going to close that space as you rotate back. So we pull back. Keep the hips stacked as long as you can, and then allow top hip to fall back a little bit. The legs try to stay together, but the top knee may slide back as you go into full extension, full rotation here. And then we start again. Pull from your obliques to help pull that top knee forward, all the way around and over. You're massaging out your lat on the back edge of your armpit here. And then one more, take it back again. Open up the chest, lay back here, stretches all out, and hangs back. Knee, hip, work up your body. Exhale, pull the ribcage forward and around. Hug the roller here to open up space between your blades. Okay, and then we come on up. Good, take a breath, feel that. Good. All right, so now onto your stomach, we'll do a little swan, a little extension for the upper body. So you're laying on your belly, extending the arms forward over the roller, roll halfway between elbows and wrists, fingers reach long. The top of your head, your forehead floats off the mat. You're going to start by slightly engaging the lats, pull the shoulder blades down as you pull the collarbones wide. Now pull the head and the chest forward, bring your gaze across the floor and up the wall to lift the spine into a backwards curve here to the upper body. The belly should feel stretched, and then release it down a little bit at a time. So your gaze is tracking down the wall to the floor and then across the floor towards you. And so you're finally looking down at your mat. I would keep the face off of the mat here. And let's do that again. So collarbones widen, you find your lats to pull the shoulder blades down your back and in. Heart rises, come up into your swan or into what you may know as cobra. You want to feel the stretch in the abdominal wall, the muscles and the skin are lengthening here. And then as you come out of it, the back releases sequentially down so that you release that stretch in the front line of your body. Come all the way down, lengthen the back of your neck as you look down at the mat. One more, collarbones broaden, that starts the scapular movement. Also starts the movement of the roller coming up, up, up. You actively press down into the roller, but you're pulling up with your back muscles, up with your eyes. Keep the eyes up as long as you can. The lowering of your spine will gradually bring your gaze down until you look down at the mat. Okay, pull the roller in, push off the ground, and we'll sit in a child's pose with the roller under our forearms. So knees can be together or apart, and we'll just lower the head down, arms are extended forward. Feel that stretch as you breathe into your back. Now, first we're holding this child's pose, just getting a little initial stretch. Feels really good after the extension. And now we're going to slide the shoulder blades forward to move the roller away from the head, and then exhale, widen the collarbones and pull the blades down. So this movement happens from the scapular slide on your back, and then come back down. So you're not moving your butt to move the roller forward and back, and you're not bending the elbows and straightening to move the roller forward and back. So sometimes it's helpful, like if you're not really sure about this, a lot of times, even with people who've done it before, it's useful to like sit upright and take one arm up in the air and then hold the bottom outer edge of your shoulder blade here under the armpit and a little behind. Do you feel the bone right there? So then as you pull the shoulder blade up, you can feel that stretch and then pull the blade down. So feel how the scapula slides up as you lift the head higher, and then you can pull the blade down to lower the arm. For some reason, it's always more confusing when we are horizontal as compared to vertical. It's a little easier to figure that out. And then let's go ahead and do the other side. So you lift the other arm, reach for the base of the shoulder blade, and then pull the arm up and feel the blade lift, and then pull the blade down. You're using your lat. Feel it? Going up here, and then pulling it down. It rises, and then it sinks. So the shoulder blade creeps up by your ears, which normally we don't encourage in Pilates classes. But hey, you know what? Sometimes it's about really finding the range of motion, the appropriate functional movement in your body, and then let's lower the arms down. Now from the sitting position, now that you felt that, both arms up, pull the blades up, pull the blades down. And notice how your spine and rib cage are staying in the same position. That's exactly what we're going to do when we go back into child's pose. That was good. Hopefully that was helpful. So now again, face your roller, sit back in the child's pose that works for you. And again, pull the shoulder blades up by your ears, pull them back down your back. The blades come up. The collarbones are kind of lifting and smiling here, and then you're going to widen the collarbones, flatten them out, and your blades move down towards your waistline. Go up with the blades to move the hands away from you, to roll the roller away from your head, and then engage your lats to pull the roller back. Just one more like that. And pull it back here. Should feel lovely in the back. And it's really good to be able to isolate that movement here for the shoulder blades, because shoulder blade positioning on our backs and in relationship to our arm movement is really confusing for for us until you have like a better idea of how everything functions and what the possibilities are, because it's kind of muddy since we can't really see what's going on behind us, I think. Anyhow, so that was great. So now let's sit sideways for mermaid here with the roller. So you can have the knees stacked, which requires more stretch here in this part of your body, or you can have more like a windmill leg or figure four leg, or you can do anything in between that works for you. And we're just going to start. Take your hand to the shin and lift the arm up that's on the side of the roller, and then side bend away from it. Let the head fall, pull the body over into a side bend stretch, and then coming upright. You can sit, if you can sit upright with the legs like this, extend the arms out, and then you'll take the heel of your hand to the roller, scoop the waist up as you dive over, and you're going to end up with the elbow just a little in front of the bottom shoulder. And really try to open up your upper ribs. Press down with your arms to come upright. Both arms can lift. They can either go high or take them out, or just reach here and then pull yourself over. If you feel like your head is falling forward, look up at your fingertips, and that'll bring your head back a little bit more in line with your spine. Coming upright. We're always looking for that sideline stretch. Take it over, scoop the air with both your head and your arm as you go over. Try to have a feeling of a lifted inverse curve on the lower part of your body. The side towards the roller, and then press down to help yourself lift up. And then again, we side bend over like so. We're going to come up again and then release the arm. Go out and over, side bend. And then stay here, extend the top arm up. Look at the hand and then scoop it around and underneath. Thread the needle, pull that through, and then pull it out and open the chest, look back behind you. Cup the palm and scoop the air through here. But then when you take the hand back, stretch the fingers open, go into a little wrist extension, bring the arm all the way back, look back towards your hand, and one more time. Curve through and underneath. Feel again how the blades are widening here, away from each other, away from the spine. And then as you go back into extension, the blades will pull together towards each other and towards the spine. Come back and up to the top and then side bend over again. You may find you've got more side bend after that rotation. Perfectly normal. In fact, that's one of the lovely tricks that we use. And then take it over. Just find more space in the body, more openness in your body. We're feeling at ease. And then come upright, elbow goes out, arm lifts. And now let's do that rotation here. So again, reaching around and underneath you. Follow the hand with your gaze, bring it up and back. Open the chest, open the palm, press it behind you, and then cup the palm, bring it forward and around. Sweep it out and around here. Now, I do have some clients who have trouble with doing this because of the amount of knee flexion. And they often do this just with their legs extended forward. When we're here, reach out and back. It's just important to know like what modifications work for our bodies at any point in time. And then come back to center, reach up, and then you can lower the hand down, and we're switching sides. All right, so the two sides may feel different, like maybe it's easier to sit on one side than the other. So adapt as you need to, and then lift the arm up on the side of the roller, and then side bend over. Now, a lot of times people will rotate forward because they go further in space, but be sure that you guys all look good here, that you're really finding exactly where your side seam is. As you dive over, now pull yourself up, arms extend, hand to the roller, stretch over, lift the waist, drop the head and the fingertips to find the curve you're looking for. Then press into your arm to rise here. And the head leads you out and over. You're anchored down through your opposite hip. And then pull your body upright, head floats high, arm over and down. Again, you can always look up towards your hand. Back and over again. This exercise, you can see why we call these mermaids in the Pilates world. You're going to feel the grace of the movement and sort of the flow, just like waves in the ocean. Your body is moving here bottom to top and then gliding through the air. There's that press down to come up and over. And let's go back and add the rotation. So we're going over to hold the side bend and then lift the arm up in the air and behind you. Follow your hand with your gaze. Scoop the arm all the way around and underneath. And then pull the arm out and bring it behind you. And again, gather the air in, press it underneath you, reach for the wall behind you, and then pull that arm forward, out and back, opening your chest, keeping your hips stacked. One more, exhale all the way around and in. Inhale into that extension. And then come center, lift the arm, side bend over, push through the arm, come up, and then side bend over. That. Come upright, pull the elbow out, lift the arm, and then you circle through and pull it out and back, reach back behind you, open your chest. And then you pull the arm around and under. Press it back, reach back. Usually we think of inhale into an opening form like this and exhale as you close. Or gather everything in. So let's do one more. Inhale to expand and open, and exhale to pull it back. Come back to center. All right. So I do want to do something that will kind of even us out after doing this side bending. So we're going to do a roll up, and you can use the roller under your heels, under like the Achilles tendon. It'll be more difficult than doing it with your feet to the ground. So you can choose whatever kind of roll up that you want. If roll up is still sort of new to you, you could also use your TheraBand around your feet. So in any case, take the legs out and forward, and then think of pushing the roller away from you as you roll your spine down onto the mat. And then the arms float to the ceiling, back a little bit and overhead without additional arch of the spine. Lifting the arms, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, pull up and come over. This is more difficult than having, oh, so the rollers, yeah, sorry. I saw the ball and thought that was the roller. So you have the roller perfectly correct. Diving over and down. At the studio, our rollers are blue and white. So I didn't think about where I was. They go all the way down and reach the arms behind you. And then let's lift to come up. Exhale here. And then pounce forward, suck the belly back into your spinal curve. You want a rounded C shape here with your spine. And then back we go again. Your arms can lift to make it more difficult to control the descent of your spine into the ground. Each vertebra rolling one after the other. And let's lift again. Exhale to pick up the ribs, going up with the head. Let that lead you in that beautiful arc forward over your legs. Feel the stretch in the back line of your body. And then let's take it on down to the ground. Work your way down here, float to the floor. Come all the way down and then just circle the arms around at your side. All right, good. So that will do it for today. So we're coming up, or you can just lay there for a second and breathe. Yeah, that's a nice option, right? Just take a moment for yourself and see how your body just feels so much happier now after moving through this roller workout. This nice series of stretch and release. And One roller escaped and started to attack another person here. Nice recovery. But I know for the people here in real time, instead of watching it later on the website, we're headed into Thanksgiving. So I hope everyone has a chance to relax, be with your family and friends, and just take a moment to celebrate this part of our season. Thanks for being here today with me, and I'll see you next week.